course, right when it ends, the phone rings. Give me a minute. Damn telemarketers. Alright, so hello everyone, and welcome to some testing here from the Talladega Super Speedway here in Talladega, Alabama. 40 cars out here today, and quick announcement to make. There is the car of the 34. Now, it's usually piloted by Teddy Kari, and however, after his rough accident in Ontario, Kari was taken out of the ride. He has a back injury. So taking over after winning a fan vote and winning the tiebreaker is Qualcomm Series driver Sam Picard, Massachusetts driver. You're looking for big things as he stays with the Mazda brand. And will we see good results out of that newly sponsored Florida Citrus number 34 for Hills Racing? Because Jiffy Lube is only a personal sponsor of Kari and not the team. It's also a performance-based contract. If Kari is not performing, then they will pull out. But Sam's just trying to learn the ropes of these cars as he almost throws a block on Carlone, but it's going to do the right thing and drop in behind. See what kind of laps these cars pull here around the high banks of Talladega. Oh, it looks like guys are just starting to get around and set lap times here as they climb up to speed. Freddie Burkhardt and Zachary Bilson, race each other here on the back straightaway. A lot of this you'll be seeing here. I did a full-length test race here, and it was a lot of action. Very, very close battles for the lead, and also some pretty hard crashes. Hopefully we won't see any major ones again after the arguably heavy attrition race at Ontario last week. This is basically an off week in the universe for the Cup guys, as the RBSDS will be going to Terre Haute, but hopefully the track works, as I've had a little bit of problems with it so far. It is a dirt track, one of 3 dirt tracks on the calendar, the second one that the Qualcomm Series goes to. And we will have a doubleheader weekend at Talladega coming up soon. Hopefully I expect to get CNB posted by Christmas, but we will have to see on that. As Burkhardt trying to make a look underneath Matthew here into 3. Very, very aggressive. Burkhardt being basically shoved down to the yellow line, but muscles his way underneath his teammate, who's probably just trying to draft with his teammate Matthew Eves. So Bilson and Eves, these two are teammates, and these two are most likely coming back next season. Official team announcements for next season will be announced at a later date, but expect a couple teams gone, expect a couple drivers gone. All the real-life guys, such as Eric Darnell and Austin Terrio, those type of guys, they're moving down to Qualcomm next season, so freeing up some spots for drivers. Here, give some guys who will actually watch the ability to watch, good purpose to watch these races here in the Cup Series. They'll have a car in it and not some real-life guy you wouldn't watch, but Bilson with a couple lap run, he brings it into the pits, and taking a look at some other guys. There's Noah Breeze with new sponsorship. His team was in danger of going under as the 18 and the 66 own each other. The 66 of Ryan Preece, heavily supported by large computer part manufacturer AMD. Basically 2 separate operations here, as Breeze has full control over his 18, but nearly shut down his 18 car because he is far down in points. I believe he's fallen to last now that Julio Caesar had a strong run at Ontario. And Zolmongo is not really supporting that 18 enough to keep it together, but a local Cincinnati chicken chain, Richie's Fried Chicken, has come aboard that Toyota and will keep it afloat at least for a couple races. If not, maybe if that 18 performs, they will stick around for the full season. Breeze sits currently... Where is he? Where is that 18? Currently 6th quickest on track, so like a little bit more money, and that car will be running fast. During the test race I had here, a lot of moves were being made off the backstretch in the middle of the tri-oval. I expect that to be the same here, as now Morris gets underneath the fellow Toyota of Terrio. Nick Bergwald popped into stream. There's his 8 car. He's going to bring it down into the pits after setting times such as 4th quickest, as a small little pack forming here, about 5 cars. As Terrio moves in the line. But kind of doesn't. Kind of holds those 2 in the back up, and they might split. 2 Camaros working together, the 39 and the 32. These 2 were focal points of the Phoenix race, and before all the pit road dramas ensued, these 2 were battling it out, having good days, but Delgado obviously had heartbreak with a blown engine, and Fisher ended up 4th, although he was basically a lap down due to the 2 NRs working under the pit cycle and single file restarts. Carneris actually almost made a look underneath Fisher, trying to make it 3 wide between this small group of cars. Not going to happen, though, as the 39 drops in behind. Guys all in the line. There's Tib Foster coming out. Tib, not talked about him basically at all this season. Really not doing much. Hopefully he can perform. See Larry and Philip join, so hello to them. Noah Breeze, actually, we were talking about him earlier. He needs to find speed to get reliable sponsorship for the rest of the year, and he has. He currently has the quickest time of the day. Apolline in 2nd, and Ryan Priest 3rd, so Breeze Sport Unlimited here at Talladega may have the cars to get this, may have the cars that have the speed to get them the results they need. Sitting 1st and 3rd. Where is Ryan Priest on track? He must be in a group of cars. As we see Jacob Rose and Dane Cruz working together. Cruz actually painted the new 86 car for Jacob, so credit to Dane, aka Sloom, on that one. 46 and 86 trying to work together. These 2 may be drafting partners as well, as they are fairly good friends off track. See a group of cars, Sam Picard trying to learn the draft and learn how these cars drive in his new Mazda. We got a trio of guys that have been fairly quiet this season, but all have had good runs on at least 1 or 2 occasions. Logan Bradley, Dominic Carlone, and Matthew Town. Running quietly. These guys all mid-pack in points, but can these guys turn it around? As there's still time to catch, as we're only on basically week 12 or we're on week 12 of the season, as Deg is basically week 13, as this is an off week for the Cup guys technically. As if it definitely doesn't keep to universe time as we'd call it, but this would be like a Saturday testing session, free to the public. And the CNB, the Terre Haute race. Oh man, they're gonna wreck! We're gonna see an incident here in testing. Logan Bradley up across the nose of Sam Picard. Oh, look out, these guys are gonna whip through. Bradley stuck in the middle of the racing line. Thankfully, no one coming by, and Bradley's gonna get away freely. Someone else goes spinning. Patrick Smith got sent spinning. Look back. How did Smith get kicked around? Looks like coming through, he saw those guys and he just spun it for no reason. He said, well, let's see how these cars will stick when they go sliding, and it did. Smith brought it to a stop in a hurry. So let's look back as well as... Yeah, Diego, go ahead. Shoot me some questions. Let's look back, see how that incident all started here. Between Dominic and Durand, I believe. So Durand is slower than the rest of the pack. These guys are racing up against each other. Looks like she tried to block Bradley and they got sent up the track, and then she saved it, but kicked the 81 around into 34. Bradley and Picard luckily don't have too much damage, but it's a rough introduction for Picard in the Excel Energy Cup Series. Going back to live footage, another group of 5 cars running fast. The 20, the 94, the 08, the 02, and 09. TJ Handley, the driver of the 08, has made himself a new scheme, featuring a different color of paint, basically for Clark and Kensington, as well as promoting its realtor Ace Hardware. Stumbled over my words there a little bit. Diego in chat asks, what do you want with the NXECS? Be better than most of the leagues or just be a fun series? Well, sort of fun, sort of not. I just want to have a series where guys can run with basically their own stuff, as next year is going to be all throwbacks, so it gives you guys some more customization, and something you don't see a lot in leagues are throwbacks to real-life cars. I mean, I got a fun schedule as well, going to tracks that really aren't seen mostly in our 2003 as Picard, trying not to LePage this pack. But is it really what I want? It's tough to say, because there's certainly a lot I would like, but it's something I really never thought about. I really just want to, like, kind of be up there and just... Out of all of it, the main thing I want is you guys to enjoy it and just have another league to bounce off on and watch. If, hey, maybe I'm not doing good in this league, come to this one, you know? Plus, it gives me a good resource of time, as it definitely burns up a good chunk of my free time. And I enjoy doing it. That's the main thing. I enjoy doing this, giving you guys content, and having a strong following. It means a lot to me. Looking at some of the other drivers in this pack, Cody Savage, you've seen that 02, is basically confirming this. He may not be back next season, most likely not, as he said he just hasn't really enjoyed it. Well, I should say he doesn't really enjoy offline leagues in general, so his driver character may be retiring at the end of the season. Bringing up a spot on John Rolson Racing. I just hear contact with a wall somewhere. Thought I did, but... 2 Loaf Racing teammates working together, Dragos King and Tib Foster. Trying to get around Noah Robb in that 5. Nick Bergwall, Jay Jefferson, and Antoine Smith working together. Jefferson owns his own team, JJ Motorsports. Nick Bergwald is basically the technical owner of Urban Stewart Motorsports, although it's owned by Keith Urban and Tony Stewart. Nick Bergwald is basically the user operating the ride, as Antoine Smith, although he is a Cloud9 Autosport driver, he may be in contention for team ownership next season. Some Qualcomm guys as well, maybe in turn, as the 59 to 60 bring it down pit road. 2 and the 15 as well. There's Brandon Morris, who I'm a champion in his league. So Diego throwing out some good questions here. Do you hate the inactive drivers, or are they important for a series to grow? Well, here's my thing. I don't mind some inactive drivers. Like, I don't expect everybody to watch, but if you don't comment at all, then yeah, you're probably gonna be removed. I mean, mainly for some of these guys, I only threw the real life guys in to just kind of fill the field early on, because I didn't get a whole lot of guys, and I kind of wanted a base to watch, but it ended up being where half of them don't even watch. I mean, I'm probably going to keep my real-life friends up in Cup, at least next season, because I do want to make some throwbacks with, especially some of their sponsors, but come, like, Season 3, although it's a long way out, the real-life guys may go to a separate series, depending on that. I mean, these three guys are active, and I give them a lot of credit, and I try to reward some of the active guys, because I'm not copying people and having, like, upgrades and stuff. That's just going to be coming performance-based wise next season, but I kind of will have to figure out who I'm kind of keeping in or keep kicking out on inactivity, because I kind of know basis, but if people just don't comment, or they watch and don't tell me and they get removed, it could just come into a hairy situation, but I'd say at least 20. There's going to be... Next season's Cup is probably going to be very active. Hopefully Qualcomm, too. I mean, Qualcomm, there's about, like, 10 of the 25 that are active, and a lot of them do come from the NSDCA, and they're pretty much the only league that I know them from is the NSDCA. I mean, I can't give Brandon enough credit, because he's given me a solid base of getting viewers and drivers. Scott Roush. I think that's Scott Roush. Ford Frost 28 popping in. Really nice to see one of the Sony Cup Series guys in. That's a league I'm very excited for its next season, as I kind of came in literally on the last race of the 2018 Universe, the Homestead finale. Hey, I got it right. Three wide here. They try to go around the lap car of... Or not a lap car, a slower car, Dylan Jacobs. Dylan had a very strong day at Ontario last week out. Hoping to roll over that success here on another track. Talladega. Ryan Priest coming out. He's still third quickest, so it doesn't look like a whole lot of quick times have been set since early on, as this pack getting more jumbled up with the car of Hector Carneras. Carneras having a very rough season himself. At 42, Hills Racing, kind of in general, not really performing. Kari's obviously injured. Carneras really not performing. And although Perez has been up there in points, he's kind of fallen off the last couple races. So, hearing reports that Patrick Smith and Jari-Matti Hepelinen and their team, Walker Racing, may merge with Hills Racing and kind of form a large operation. But PJ Handley is slated to take over some rides in the NXECS as well, so there might be 2 or 3 Mazda teams next season. Figured out later. Hey, Preston. Thanks for coming in. Speaking of Nick Perez, there he is in the 45. And Matthew Eves was a hot topic of discussion, just in case. If the testing race that I did here was real, Eves would just be kind of hated around the league, because Patrick Smith spun off in turn 1 in a multi-car incident, kind of slid down the banking, was basically stopped, and Eves was just unsighted and kind of T-boned him and sent him flipping. So yeah, Patrick would have been out of the car for weeks and weeks. Eves may have been injured once again. Matthew, he's kind of having an alright season. Obviously was injured at Las Vegas, but it's just been kind of up and down, fairly inconsistent. Driver to 09. Next season, his throwback is going to be to Blaise Alexander, and continuing with his wrestling sponsorship, the WWE is going to put throwback logos on his car. The WCW, back when Blaze was sponsored by the WCW and Track Phone back in 2000. Now Track Phone is on Jay Jefferson's car, so maybe they'll come over and complete that throwback, but we'll have to see. Brandon, I know you got your race to record. Go watch those if you're not in the NSDCA series. They're really good. I could have been commentating one of those races right now, but I needed to get something out for you guys, because I kind of wanted to do my own thing for a little bit. And plus, I don't know how good the Thompson race will be in the RBSTS, because that's where they're going next. Ron goes up high for some reason, trying to find speed elsewhere, but the bottom line is where you want to be on this Talladega track as two Mazdas battle, Hanley and Happalainen. 31 of James Busher actually has moved up to the second quickest time. He's in a pack of 5 cars, so that's not Busher, that's Cody Savage. They're both average, it's alright. I mean, they're 5% races anyways, mainly. That 08 new. No. This 08 has been the 08 all year, but the 08 will be getting a new scheme for the actual Talladega race. This is just the car that he used at Ontario. Dixon now nearly making it 3 wide. Are they going to go 3 wide? Yes, they will. The 09 pushing the 08 on the middle line. That's going to hold him even with Dixon, but not really doing anything as Skyler's got the Fusion hooked up to the bottom here. Hanley, I'll give Hanley this. He's not been up at front racing for the lead a lot, but he is very consistent because he's either the points leader or second. He's right there in points. But yeah, he is definitely got a sharp scheme, but similar bases will just have white and sort of an aquamarine color coming up soon as a large pack of cars forming. Got 7 of them in this pack. 2 of them on the same team, the 6 and kind of the 5 as well. I'm going to mention this a lot. Team Vegas and Urban Stewart aren't the same team, but they're allied. Basically, the 5 gets all of its equipment from the 6, 8, and 39 team, as Bergwald's kind of slow. Is going to hold up the 86 and the 2 and kind of break this group of cars up. Delgado and Foster, these 2 came out side by side. They're kind of running into no man's land, and these 4 trying to see how they do in the draft side by side. HNS, SCS, or NRUK? For what? Like my favorite league? I have to clarify, Diego. There's James Busher. He's got the second quickest time all by himself. He must have been in a pack at some point here. Brandon. Sam Picard now leads this train of 5. Yeah, my favorite league out of those, well, I've only watched one Sony Cup Series race and was there for the testing stream at Montreal. I've not gotten the time to watch the HNS races, but I will. I promise, DJ, I will. But obviously, that'd be more something that I'd have to see while I'm running full-time next season. And the NRUK, I really respect that league. Jake has some great commentary and great content on that, but I know he's had some health issues and as well time issues. So that league's kind of been put on the back burner for him. Just, I hope it comes back, honestly, because it was a great league. If Nick Perez blows up, and the drama for Hills Racing continues as now high up in points, the 45 blows up and it's going to put oil all over the track, but since it's testing, it doesn't really matter. Oh man, Ron, look out. Don't hit the 45. I mean, out of my favorite of those 3, I'm going to have to go bold and say Kamikaze's Universe. Hahaha. Yeah, I can't pick a favorite. I don't pick on our leagues that are favorite. Holy moly, this pack has grown. We're going to go on the visor cam of Nick Bergwald. Here's he rides aboard this pack of about 9-10 cars. Yeah, visor cam sponsor will come eventually, but a lot of things are going to be looking different in Season 2, trust me. We're actually going to have the UIE 2013 up there instead of the this generic thing, you know. That'll have a sponsor. Most likely Patron, as... Actually, Patron could stick around as a sponsor. I just don't know how cool of a scheme it would get. I do love the Patron cars. I'm so sad they pulled out of sports car racing, and one of my favorite teams, Extreme Speed Motorsports, they're gone as well because Patron pulled out. It's just really depressing. At least, Core Autosport got the Nissan DPI. Hey, what am I talking about? Many of you guys don't even watch sports car racing. God, I do have to admit I'm kind of apologizing for my arguably dead commentary throughout this, but it's testing. There's not much really to go on. I don't really know how to make testing exciting. Maybe if I brought in a co-commentator, but that'll be for the future. Now Bergwald has charged his way up to the lead of this pack, being helped by Carlonis. They're running 4 wide actually with Rob. Won't slide up off of 4. That's when we saw some incidents already going on this season. Now Emmons is pushed up to the way high side. No safer barriers here at Dega. It allows for 4 lanes of traffic, but it could also allow for a higher injury risk. We will wait and see how that all plays out. Here's another pack of cars. Primarily Dodge pack. How many do we have in here? 4 Dodges, Mazda, a Toyota, a Ford, and a Chevy. So all 5 manufacturers represented in this one. All these guys trying to work together now. Darnell, someone who's really fallen off in points. Have Shear working his way out, and we got some guys kind of running separately. Jefferson and Duran side by side. It's another group of 4 cars here, but you got this group as looks like some of those guys have peeled off as time's ticking down. And we look back, there's still our quickest car of today, Noah Breeze. Never really showed the rest of the order. Be up at the top of your screen, guys not in the top 10. I know Brandon does have a thing like X-Patter, something where he kind of cycles through the order. Maybe if I had that or something eventually, I could work that into the broadcast, but I've got a lot of time over winter break to play around with things. As you do. King blocks Webb. Basically blocks the 18 as well. God, I'm just so dead today. Just kind of stressed over finals, too. That doesn't help it any. Kind of needed this as a break, you know. Yeah, Brandon, that'd be appreciated. Whole slew of cars still running here. Kind of running single file. But you want another sneak peek at the race? They're going to run aggressive, and they're going to run aggressive as much as they can. That's all I'm saying. A special custom I&I believe, for this track. I don't believe this is the default. No, it is not the default. But I don't know if the game updated or not, or what. I couldn't tell me. Whatever it is, I really like the I&I at this track. Hopefully it goes well in the race, and we don't see death like we did in the test race. Pack has basically fallen to 6. A couple guys new in it as well. I like the 34 Picard. Austin Murray, a driver that tried to break into the series, lost the tiebreaker. As Bergwald's going to try and make it 4 wide. He's going to hold back on Rob, who basically slid up, trying to pull a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on William Byron, like he did at the Daytona race in real life. But coming to the end here of practice, time ticks down. See everybody that comes by for one last time, as I kind of missed the line, but they're going 190. It's tough to stay stopped. Savage comes out. Yeah, that's not going to do you any good. Or is it not over? Did I just read it wrong? Whatever. We'll sit here for the rest of the race. Not a race, it's a testing session. God, commentary's just awful today. Whatever, doesn't really matter. So yeah, Austin Murray, driver trying to break into the series. Lost on the fan vote to Sam Picard. He's obviously frustrated, but maybe, just maybe, if the driver gets hurt again or a ride frees up, you never know. Austin Murray could be first in line to take that spot. There's practice over. Oh man, Derek Hamill, I feel bad for you. Just joined when I'm ending. But yeah, Derek, go watch the NXECS. Save your damn team. Why is Sam on his sister's account? Oh my god. Everybody's showing up at the end of the stream, but thank y'all for coming in. There's your times and stuff at the end. Actually, you know what? Even though that testing race was canon, y'all are still here. 5% race. 110%. Here we go. Getting away from the offline community? That's fair. Well, best of luck to you in the future. Alright, yeah. 110% race around Dega with these AI. Back, don't mind if I... Oh, yellow flags are off. Alright, cool. Cool, yellow flags are off, so let's go. Ooh. Wow, Picard got the pole.
Drivers, to your cars.
So Sam now, he's going to be leading us off on probably the death race. Well, Derek, I mean, if you pop into this or not, it's still appreciated. Oh yeah, sort of a fun race. Here's your lineup for the... CTRS, that's what I'm thinking of. It's a CTRS 100 here at the Talladega Super Speedway for this fun race. You know, that league's pretty fun. Horatio in chat, he runs that. Go watch that and stuff. Get this started. 10 laps of doom here. Talladega. Can the rookie survive, or will he be destroyed by the rest of the field? Coming to the green. The shameful plug 100 is away. Already you got guys running 3 wide mid-pack. You take a look. That's Happalainen. He was forced up 3 wide, and they're already fanning out. Good spell issues as Happalainen trying to block the 55. He's got to get in line. He will get in line as Town moves down. Oh, man, I'm just afraid they're going to all wreck on the first lap. That won't do us any good, as now car trying to block both lanes of traffic. Can he? He probably will, as now Matthew going to move underneath the 59 of Fitzwater. Breeze sent up way high. And we look to be surviving so far. But off of turn 2, it gets a little tight. That's not turn 2, that's turn 4. Get a little tight. They're still managing, even at 110%. Boy, if they're able to survive this race, we might even just run the regular on 110. Why not? But they're running 3 wide. They're not going to last. I've seen on the backstretch where there's 3 and 3 and 3, and they're just ping-ponging off one another. They keep it together, but they ping-pong, and that's on 105. Say Rut-row. Rut-row! Rubble! Not yet, though. Talladega Fall Race reenactment. 2017. Nice. Dane Cruz making a racing move on Matthew Town. He's going to try maybe even lunge it underneath Burkhardt. Thinks better of it. Backs off. Fitzwater nearly into the side of the 65 on the on the back straightaway, but he doesn't. That Alabama super stretch could cause trouble for these guys as the front group has all strung out. But no, they're going to jump the 28 of Bilson. They don't want the lead. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Dane Cruz, an aggressive move underneath Burkhardt. Trying to lead lap 2. He will in that 46. Oh, they're 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Jacob Rose, Zachary Fitzwater, they're 4 wide. Could we see trouble? Remember. Oh, man, the 39 and the 12, those two are friends in the universe and friends in real life, you know. Yes, I'll do a 110 Qualcomm race after this, but 39 to 12. There they go! Durand up and over! Big, big wreck for the 26. Pause it here. A lot of the pack still intact. Thankfully, it happened toward the end of it. Best angle for crashes here is the helicopter. Slowing it down, let's see. You got 4 wide racing between the 20, the 18, the 59. Like I said, they're just ping-ponging off one another, and I believe it may be Tib Foster and the 27 as we come to the corner. Slowly, slowly, slowly. The 20 and the 18 very, very close, and I believe... No, the 27 comes into the down in the 20. The 41 comes across, clips the 26. These 3 go into the wall, and the 26 bounces off the rear of the 20 and just rolls it. And the rest of these guys don't really get too much damage in the wreck. Nick Bergwall getting caught up in it, but that 26 went for a ride up on her side. And the rest of the cars all up in smoke, sliding across the corner. Durand just rolls it down the banking. Probably won't continue, but everybody else will. One more quick look will go on board. Durand for her wild ride. Finished second in 2 series overall in the past 48 hours. Well, good on you, Derek. Yep, you just got pushed right on over. Big save. I'll have to go back and see what Diego's talking about here. Oh, it's 35 maybe? 35 doesn't save it. I don't know who saved it. Austin, people at your school are crazy, man. Now we unpause it. Let's catch back up to the rest of the pack where they are. They're still running 3 wide. The last one. Emmons. Diego was Spanish. Funny. Town's gonna be sent up way up high by Sam Picard, who's fallen all the way to the back now. Are they gonna keep it clean this time? No, they're 4 wide in the back again. Are they gonna wreck it up again? Ooh. Ooh. Dixon can't find a good line. He's right there with Rob. Oh, they touched. They touched right at corner entry, but they kept it all together. That's talent. Dixon gonna use the muscle, try and get underneath that 65. Off of 4. There they go. Dixon and Smith. 2 cars. Smith keeps it together. Dixon's gonna go for a ride through the grass. Doesn't hit anything. Dixon loses the draft, but he's gonna keep it together. 4 wide again in the back. Picard now underneath Rob. 4 wide even further up here. Hanley and Priest and all them. Looks like Carneris. Oh, Preston Emmons, a lap car. Oh, he's going to go up in the middle of the pack. There they go, a big one. Huge hit, Emmons. Huge hit, Preston Emmons. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and he's into Fisher. Oh, no. Guys that lost a draft came into this. Preston. Lap cars. He moves down. He moves below the double yellow line, so everybody in the pack thinks, oh, they're going to be okay. Nope, he just pulls right up across the track, and Bradley's like, no, I'm just going to wreck Hanley. And turns them, and then Bradley and Emmons head on into the wall. Then what I fear is all these guys that lost the draft are going to come up again. Fisher's going to get by. Eves. Oh, Eves. Eves and Smith go right into it. Appreciate it, Derek. And Trey goes there. Any more hit? Nah. I think they're going to make it. Yeah, they're going to make it. I think we need another replay of Emmons because he hit that wall a ton. Let's go on boards. Oh, head on. Head on. It thankfully bounced off. Or at least absorbed some of it, but a very, very tough wreck. So now we unpause it and try and finish this race as we're only halfway through it. We got a whole list of characters out of the race. Whole group of guys, and basically the field is basically just split up into sort of a pack and a half a pack at that much. Now it's Zachary Fitzwater going to be the one diving for the lead underneath Noah Breeze. Yeah, P-Dog is just Kevin LePage did. Cloud underneath Jacobs as they race through the smoke, hopefully not getting any debris or anything. Jason Perez almost tandeming, moving back there. Synchronized lane changing. As 3 wide for the lead. Savage is going to have Bilson underneath him. It's going to be close at the line. Oh, Fitzy gets it. Fitzy gets it by a small margin. They're 3 wide up here. King is going to be a lap car factor coming into this later. Gonna fall. Bilson's gonna have to block the 0-5 of Fry. 3 wide back here. 3 wide's okay, 4 wide isn't. These guys have all mellowed out back here. Whole list of guys off. Jacob Rose, too. There's King. There's the lap car. He's gonna just ruin the end of this race as the whole field's gonna be split up now. Just don't wreck. That's all I ask. Man, holding up 2 entire lanes of traffic. That is not good. Oh, man. Caesar, these guys are going to be furious at Dragos. So, yeah, that's basically going to be the race here. So it's going to be down to 3. And unless these guys get organized and catch them, it's pretty much over. Fitzy, just don't worry about it. It's just a test race. Down to 3. Can they do it? We're going to go on board the 28 and see. Going to make a look underneath Fitzwater. It's going to be 3 wide for the lead. Be close. Bilson might have it this time at the line. He will. Having the run because there's a slow car up ahead. 3 wide. It's Jacob Rose. Definitely going to catch him. Can these guys keep it together? Or will this group of cars catch him? Probably not. There's Sam Picard going for 4th. Oh, can they get around the 86? No, they can't. They can't. The 86 moves over for the 28. Bilson's going to win. And he's going to hold up this pack as well. Jacob Rose is causing more drama in this test race. Oh, he's holding up the entire pack. Brady, what are you doing? Don't get behind him. Austin, there's just so much drama. I'm used to this stuff. Don't worry about it. So Jacob Rose ruining the finish of this race. As now Bilson's going to have to hold off the Fitzwater and maybe Perez and Savage as it's the white flag lap. Is the white flag lap. He's not going to be able to hold off Fitzwaters. Here's the run for the Australian. I wouldn't count this for a win. It's just a for fun race, you know. But Perez might have it in him to hold off and gets this. Will Savage do something? Will it be another 3 wide move for the lead and the win? Here they come. Here they come. Savage isn't going to make the move. Perez and Fitzy side by side. It's going to be a photo finish. Fitzy gets it. And a disappointing end, arguably, even though it was side by side. Jacob Rose just had to get in the way of the leaders and kind of split up what could have been a great battle for the finish. But yeah, Fitzy wins. Whole bunch of cars off and out. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do a Qualcomm race. I'm kind of getting done with streaming, and plus I got some other stuff to focus on. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. Appreciated it. Test race is kind of fun, makes up for kind of a boring testing, but I don't know if I'll get anything out before Christmas. I'll just have to play it day by day and see. So yeah, thanks for coming out. Have a good night.